How does the MACH push boundaries in the metallurgical industry?
So the MACH is, and always has been, disruptive technology. It's intended to be that way. It was designed to stand out. It was designed to challenge the norm, and to be that, almost the same response as when you watch the Superman movie. Is it a man? Is it a plane? No, it's a MACH reactor. So it's meant to garner the same response from people, and often that is what we get. Some people think it's a unicorn or some type of magic, but the MACH reactor is very real, and it does actually work. Now, the reason why the MACH was designed to be so outstanding and to be so much out of the box is that I've never believed that you can actually change the world by just blending in. You're not going to change the world by being mundane, by doing what the next person is doing. You've got to stand out. You've got to have something different to offer. You've got to have something to offer that nobody else has or is doing. And I find, for me in business, that was the key. Once you have that, then you've got a chance of actually making it. So, apart from grabbing everyone's attention, which we certainly do, you've got to actually perform as well. So you've got to first be controversial enough that people notice you, and then you've got to really know your stuff and create something that does perform over years, that meets all the big promises that we make, etc. And that sort of combination, or that package, is what works. So first the wow factor, and then the performance. Okay. But having said that, there are boundaries there. The biggest boundary, the first and the largest boundary we face, is actually the mindset of the client. So when you talk about pushing boundaries, that's the first one you've got to push. Because clients in the mining industry are very conservative. They have a very set way of thinking. They've been schooled in a certain way. They've been taught what is right and what is wrong. And the minute you come with anything that's slightly different or slightly left of field, they're very slow to accept it. So we begin by just educating. So we begin our marketing journey actually by education. And by this I don't mean that in a derogatory way. It's just that you're not going to know about the MACH unless I explain it to you, how it works, how it's put together, and what it does. Sure. And that's where we start with the client, is try to just make them familiar with the technology and what it can achieve, and also try to join the dots for them, because they are schooled people, they're learned people, they have some type of qualification. And so what's important is to not make them think that everything they've learned they have to now flush down the tubes. It's not worth anything. It actually is. So you've got to explain that the MACH is building on that existing body of scientific work, and that it is just the next level. It's sort of the next frontier, the next best thing. And once you have a client sort of bought over, or once you've convinced them that this is just a natural progression of logical thinking that has led to the MACH, then that's the battle half won. Then you can really start investigating the ways that you can help them. So you've got to break through that glass ceiling that they set for themselves, and go out there and look at all the different ways that you can find application with the MACH. But you can imagine that's not an easy task for somebody who's seasoned in the industry. It's a lot for them to digest. It's a lot for them to believe that you actually have this reactor that can do all these things, that never wears out, that never needs maintenance, and improves their recovery. Is just sometimes too much to believe. But what I say to them is, come and give it a try. Come try out the MACH and see for yourself that we actually do deliver on promises, and that we can achieve the best for your process.
Sure, awesome. You built the answer to this by saying you believe to change the world, you have to do something that's really extraordinary, something really out there.
Absolutely.
Have you always had that dream from a young age to do that, to change the world?
Yes, I think yes, I have actually. I have. And if you think about it, we're all doing that in our own little ways. And and my mom, might have mentioned before, my mom was a teacher, and teachers don't get paid well in South Africa, and I don't know why, because they're very important jobs.
Sure.
But I always thought, wow, what an opportunity that is to influence people, to change people, to direct what they do in life. I thought it must be an amazing feeling. To have that influence. And I always carried that with me. How do I influence people? How can I sort of get people to buy into my ideas to that extent? And in order to do that, I realized you have to stand out. You have to draw people to you. There has to be something there that's missing everywhere else. Something that, like a magnet, that draws people to you. So standing out and being different, I've never shied away from that. I've always actually embraced being different. A lot of people may see it as, you don't fit in, you're not normal, but I've never claimed to be normal. And it's worked well for me.
Definitely. Awesome. Thank you.